Welcome guys to Friday morning trading session here with Mindset UT. We thank you guys for being patient with all of our calls. I know that our students look forward to our Thursday night calls. I apologize for not being able to get that call out to you guys yesterday. However, we did do a lot of market analysis this week, and we did trade some pairs that gave us a lot of feedback to share with you guys today. Obviously, and on all these calls, that's going to be the purpose of the call. I'm obviously doing the best that I can to help you guys understand what it is that I've seen in the market, what it is that you should look out for in the market, and how it is that I trade a certain pairs in certain economies. So what I'm going to start doing is building the videos according to what questions you asked me. So I know that Brittany, one of our students, she had shared with me last week on, I think Friday or Saturday, what it is that she did throughout the week as far as her pair, her chart, and I'm gonna go ahead and respond back to that according to what she sent me. So I would encourage every single person to do the same thing. It's okay if we miss a trade because we're not all gonna be perfect, right? I remember the times I still lose trades, now. There's people that lose trades all the time. There's nobody that wins 100% of their trades. And if they tell you that, they're lying to you. The reason I say that is because it's an algorithm, it's a market, there's trillions of dollars in that. What we want to do is not get so caught up with the losses and start moving on to our wins, right? Because the more losses we get, also the more wins come with that. And the wins are what are going to keep you in business. They're going to keep you pushing towards this goal. And that's the main purpose of these calls, to keep everybody engaged in your commitments. Because at the end of the day, this is something that me and my wife are going to do forever, for as long as we can think of. We might trade less as we get, older in this profession and as we start doing other ventures, here in the next 5-6 years, but as of right now, this is where we have our flag planted. And the reason being is this is an amazing concept. You can trade money. You can literally trade money for a living, literally money for a living, rather than going to work traditionally for money, and I'm not saying I work less than anybody because that's not true. I highly recommend that you don't quit your job. One, because I don't like quitters in that area. So if you're quitting your job because, you just can't handle the stress, and you won't be able to handle this, because if you quit this and you quit that, and that's just the way it is. You quit whatever else is next, because that's the reasoning behind everything that you do. And that's what's called a mindset. Obviously, I don't want to get too much into that because tonight's call is for the purpose of the charts, the charting up, and just helping you guys identify some of the things that I've seen in the market, like I shared with you guys. But let's have our mindset in the right place when we get into our trades. What pairs we look for this week were AUD USD, if you want to write that down. AUD USD, USD CAD. Obviously, USD CAD still trading right now. Currently in the morning, so we're going to take a live look at that pair, okay? And I wanted you guys to drop down this tip before we get into the marking up. Focused timing is essential in your day-to-day experiences, okay? Focused timing is essential in your day-to-day experiences. What does this mean, focused timing? Okay, so whatever has to be taken care of right now, you need to give that your undivided attention. And you can't forget that you said yes to your also life goals. Meaning if you have a job, right? If you have a job, then you have to do both. You have to do everything you say yes to within the same time frame that everybody else is getting. So 24 hours. That means if you're saying yes to the police academy, if you're saying yes to building a business, if you're saying yes to writing your books, you have to find a season to where you're going to do one and just excel in that one area. Because again, guys, millionaires don't master success by doing a million different things. Through that one thing that they create, they start finding other streams of income that way. That's just the way it works. It's not by chasing other opportunities. Because the truth is, guys, you're not going to figure anything out like that. You want to be listening to people that are still in this industry, that are having success, that understand the markets, right? And don't compare yourselves to other people, right? If you have $2,000 and you understand this concept because of the investment you make to Mindset U, and we were able to get your coaching sessions, we're able to get you in the right step, then, hey, you can trade more money than the person that's coming in with $50, and that's okay. You don't have to feel like you have to make all this money all in one day. No, what I've encouraged people that are coming in like Oxa, is start low. Start with $20. Burn a $20 account before you decide to say, well, I'm going to invest $2,000. I'm going to set a goal for $2,000. I'm not saying you don't set a goal for that. What I'm saying to you is set a goal that's reasonable to where you are right now. and then go attack your goal that is like unreasonable. Because right, you want to have the unreasonable goal. That way you attract the things that you desire, and you attract better than, what you've been attracting. That's why you want to do that, because you want to get to that goal through what is currently available for you. Whether it's you feel like nothing's going your way, whether you're losing trade after trade, then we must come together with a plan on how it is that you're trading. If you're going into, the trades in a danger zone, if you're going into high or if you're going into low, those are things that need to be mechanically adjusted, which is why I share with you guys focused timing is very, very impeccable in this industry. Because if you could just get the timing right, every single trade will go your way. And you don't have to even be in the markets that much. You can literally just go in one time and literally wait for your next setup, see it again. If you like it, take it. If not, hey, don't take it. Just take it however many times you want to take it, on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis. That's up to you. Why do you do what you do? I want to lead this. I want this to be the question that leads us into the charting. Why do you do what you do? So understand why it is that you're even on this call, on the replay. Are you on this call just to see how, to see if I've gotten better, to see if I'm in a better place? That's not what I want you to be on this call for. I want you to be on this call so you could say, you know what, I'm going to master my time. I'm going to get better at my time. I'm going to ask them questions because you might just have the answer. I'm not going to judge I'm not going to judge a person by their cover, right? Because I don't know what they know, and you don't know what you don't know, right? Let's be open-minded, right? Let's ask ourselves, why do we do what we do, right? I do this because I love teaching others. I love giving back to others. I love sharing positive information that will impact people in a positive way, rather than just hearing all the noise you guys hear on the news and then just all this COVID killing, Donald Trump doing really crappy in the debate on Tuesday, which is pretty sad for our country. Things like that, you know what I'm saying? So going back to why you do what you do, you have to love what you do. That way you feel like you're never working a day in your life. And that's truly the truth there. So today we're going to be covering wedges. I know I had talked a little bit more about wedges, I think, on our last Thursday call. So I'm going to be going over how to properly wedge a chart. Obviously, you have to pay for the education to get a little bit more advanced training to where, I apply the different time zones, just the different things that I do. And that's just for the sake of time and for me organizing your portfolio the way it is that you want to trade. Because I don't know if you trade once a week, twice a week. If you want to trade every day, well, then you got to set that up either way. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be something to where if you apply these calls, obviously every week, it's going to help you. But the full benefit of this education will come once you actually invest into Mindset U, and you allow me to obviously walk you through everything step by step and help create a plan for you, obviously, for your life, because you're not going to pick this up overnight. It's like one of those things like being a lawyer or being a doctor. They don't just allow you to be a doctor because you have the passion for it the first year. They still send you to school to learn all the terminology, to learn everything, which is what you're going to learn here, minus, it's not as extensive as college is. It's probably going to take somewhere around 6 to 9 months to master something like this if you really apply yourself to it. Now, if you're doing this part-time, it might take a year, 2 years, so that's just totally up to you, okay? I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you guys for your time. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the music a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about the music. Let me know what you guys think about this call. I do really appreciate you guys for being on this call every single time that you guys do, because I love doing these calls for you guys. And I quite frankly get saddened when I don't do a live call on Thursday. So that, won't happen as often, but, if we're traveling, we're commuting, I'm always going to make sure that I deliver a call for you guys, because I do respect every single one of you guys, and I do appreciate every single person's hard-earned money and just energy that has been invested into this ministry. So I appreciate you guys, and if you guys, are open to, donating to our movement so that we can continue providing value for others, then I encourage you to do that, because obviously things cost, right? And people can't do what they do for free, and you shouldn't also put people to work because, that's what you're doing. Because if somebody has something going for them, if somebody can teach you something, they shouldn't go to work. They should keep teaching, which is why I appreciate every single one of you guys for putting us in a position to do that. Now, getting into the charts, my favorite topic of every day. I would say probably charting is one of my favorite things to do. That and speaking mindset to people's lives, because I like seeing the shift of people's, just mindset, how things just move and a person's mentality when you're challenged, you know, like back against when your back is against the wall, like how do you create from that? And that's just what I love seeing from mindset. And obviously it keys into trading and to what we're doing. Um, Personally, when I see a trade in my gray area, you know, for the more advanced traders, obviously I started this on a monthly, weekly, and then I mark some of this on a daily as well. So there's not just one time frame that I, you know, suggest that you guys watch. I suggest that you guys watch, you know, every single time frame. Do your analysis on Saturday for your month, do your analysis on Saturday for your week, do your analysis for the day on Saturday as well. And then throughout the week, when you're already marked up and everything, just keep track of your trades on the 4 hour, on the hour, on the 2 hour, and then the 5 minute, because those candles, once they hit those target areas, you can see how you can buy those areas or you can sell those areas right where it touches those lines and those wicks. And again, this is for the more advanced people. So if you're not understanding this information, it's okay. Message me. I will, you know, put something together to where it makes more sense to you. And again, everything costs, so don't think this is free, and don't ask for it to be for free, because there's already plenty of information on Google and just on YouTube for free. You just got to pay a coach to help you put that together. That's really what it's about, because you're going to, you know, find yourself really confused if you don't have that person that's walking you through step by step. Like a lot of our advanced students, they already understand, you know, what areas to buy from for the most part. They understand why that white ray is there. And that's something that, you know, if you're watching this for the first time, Oxa, ask me this question on Sunday. You know, that way we can evolve on those questions. That way we can have a little bit more of the advanced questions, and then we can have a little bit of the basic questions, you know. And I just wanted to take the time to also congratulate you for sending the chart over. That's a big step, a huge step. You know, a lot of people can't, you know, do that. And you just did the one thing that a lot of people don't do. So that's going to help you become successful, because success is defined by doing the things that you don't want to do, not by the things that you want to do. Everybody wants to do everything, but then they don't do what they need to be doing. But then they don't do what needs to be done, right? That's what I meant to say by that. Okay, so getting back into the charts, the 5 minute time frame showing me that there's going to be there's some consolidation going on right now in this pair. So I don't personally want to take this pair. AU was trading pretty well this week. UCAT dropped off. Obviously, you can always catch the sells when they get to those high points. The market is, for the most part, going to respect those sells at like areas like 1.34, 190. As you can see there, it started creating a nice little floor, or I should say a nice little ceiling, right? And let me see, let me get a little arrow for you guys, that way you guys can see it. Right in these areas right here, boom, boom. So as you guys can see there, that has the arrows. So what we're looking for is for it to do the similar action here. So we're looking for maybe possibly another big drop for today. A lot of the numbers for NFP did come out negative today. So that's one thing to look at for UCAT. UCAT has a lot to do with the employment from the U.S. and a lot of the non-farmers payroll, obviously, that the U.S. handles on the first Friday of every month. It looks like they want to keep respecting the trend. It looks like, from what I see here, they're wanting to wait for the vaccine, from what it looks like, because, you know, Donald Trump did say there's a vaccine coming. We don't exactly know when. So if we don't know when, then you can see pairs consolidate. This is what it did throughout the week. Obviously this week consolidated, then it dropped off. So anytime you see any consolidation, I suggest that you guys, you know, don't get in the pair. But if you guys are getting in the pair, know where to get in the pair. You know, because I can't stop you from trading. And nor should you stop yourself from trading just because you don't know how to trade consolidation. So I definitely encourage you guys to get on the call and just ask questions when you guys do get on the calls. If you guys are a little bit more advanced on how to trade consolidation, because not every trade is trending the way you want it to trend. This trade in particular, right now, I'm looking for the sell. If it does break below that trend line that we see right there, that's pretty simple to explain. The hard part is staying patient and having the focused, fixed timing that we were talking about earlier, to be able to wait for that pair to drop, come in here, and then you leverage what you need. That's the part I'm trying to emphasize to all the workers that work for a job that pays them probably $20 an hour on average, because it does show you everything that people get paid on non-farmers payrolls, which people try to make that private. Everybody's information is everywhere. So that's why I wanted to say that, like, because you can leverage it as well as you want to. You just have to be smart about what you're doing, because you can lose your money in one instant if you don't know what the heck you're doing. So don't be that guy that watches this video, goes and trades, and then blows his account because you didn't have proper risk management. You have to understand what amount of money your account can hold. That's important. So if you haven't taken note of that, know what your account can hold. Know what kind of trade you need to be getting in. If you have $20, don't be trading more than 2 micro lots. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trading more than 2 micro lots. That's just going to keep you in more trades. It's going to give you that's going to give you more of an opportunity to make $10 for 1 cent. Now, how many of you guys want to make $1 out of 10 cents, or out of 1 cent, I should say? That's pretty cool. 1 cent, $1, $2, and all you did is risk 1 cent in the market, plus obviously the spread. The spread is not much. It's usually like 5 cents, 10 cents. And obviously that's getting into other technicals that come along with the training. So I don't want to open that up too much. I want to just go ahead and share information of a live chart right now. So if you are watching this live on Friday, go ahead and take some time to look at UCAD, because it does look like it's positioning for another bullish week next week, since it was a bullish week last week. And I just wanted to help you guys understand that, since you guys already got that markup right there. And if you guys didn't, it's in the group. I also put them in the groups, which I am happy that you guys, interact there, and you guys post your charts there. And I also would encourage you guys to post your charts there. That way I can see what you guys are doing, and I'll be able to help you guys if I need to. And we're trading together. Obviously I want to be also in line with what you guys are doing. That way, if you're telling me it's a buy, or it's a long position, I should say, and it's a short position, then I know like where it is that you are because of how you mark it. So right here, you see the perfect example of what it's doing. It's already wicking to the upside. So I wouldn't personally take this trade this week. This is when you start planning, ahead, because you start understanding your market. You start understanding that next week you might see a candle right above in this area, somewhere in this area that I just circled in there. And the reason being is because this week was literally the pink, or I should say a purple week. I did change my charts for the people that were on my last Thursday call. I believe 2 Thursday calls ago, from yellow, from green to yellow, and from pink to purple, simply for support of the Lakers. I like the Lakers, and you can trade however, make it yours. And I really, really take this serious. I really take, trading to the next level, and I really make it mine. So understand that what it's doing right now is a retracement, which is what it's doing to continue. So you want to see something like right in this area. So right in this area, you want to see a potential dip down to start the week. And if you don't see it, you can probably potentially see your buy right in this area of, I believe, 34. So the price cap. So get ready for that, because it is trading at 1.33184, which is a low for this pair, as you can see here. So if it continues to trade there, it's going to probably be bearish. See, because as it does it, it needs to climb out of that. It's actually a 6-month bearish channel, because it's been selling for 6 months. So this is what it did after the COVID spike. So in April, May, June, July, August, September, you could have capitalized on sells. Or I should say up until August, you can capitalize on sells. So just because it's selling doesn't mean that you can't trade the pair. Doesn't mean that you can't make money on it. It just means that you got to be on the right end of your trade. That way you don't lose the money that you have and that you put into the markets. And again, proper risk management is going to be key in everything that you do. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to share with you guys is obviously the wedges. Obviously my chart's already marked up, guys, so I don't want to unmark it. So what I'm going to do is mark it for you guys here. That way you guys can see it with the zoom. So that is where I would put the wedge. And this is where I put the bottom one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is bring this down. Move this over. Yeah, that's the area. So that's where you would put the wedge. Okay. And then the way you would do the second wedge. And again, I'll get a little bit more descriptive with you guys as you guys do the one-on-one. Just kind of a brush. Like a recap on what I talked about last week. That's what it looks like. It's still trading underneath that channel. That's why if it closes, that's why today's closeout, guys, is going to be super key. So how it closes today, because it's the weekly closeout, that's the direction that it's going to set for next week. So if we are looking for this pair to buy next week, we would want a strong push today to push past the wedges that I created. So you would want to, ideally, what you would want to do is find a trade setup next week that pushes you in this area right here. And you would want to catch it on Sunday, which is why I love when you guys get on the Sunday calls, because we can line up everything a little bit smoother and it doesn't have to be as rushed, you know, and you can literally put yourself on the right end of the position on Sunday. So Sunday would probably be the ideal place if you want to leave your trade for the week. Now, if you're trying to like do that on Wednesday, chances are you're going to be like in pretty bad situations because towards the end of the week, the market closes, so you don't really have that data. But when you have the stop data going into Sunday, you have a better chance of being able to actually capitalize on some points in the markets. Obviously, there's always points in the markets if you understand your time frames. Once you start getting to that level, then you start being able to intraday trade. You start being able to get a little bit more creative with your trading. It's like a skill set, guys. It's like what I shared with you guys about being a doctor, a lawyer. Only you're not being governed by others. You're being governed by your own economy and by your own feelings and your own emotions. So that's where mindset calls that we have on Sundays are super, super key. And that's what I encourage you guys to do and start there. You know, start watching our calls on Sundays, start being involved, because a lot of this that I share with you guys is repetitive. I talk more than I, show stuff on here, because at the end of the day, it's easier for you to make money on a call with me on it rather than you just doing whatever it is you think you need to do. Like mark up all crazy, mark up on the 5 minutes. I think the 5 minutes is going to give me my outcome. Well, yeah, it is, but you need to mark up on the weekly and daily and monthly, because you don't want to be moving up your markups because you messed up, because then that's going to create dangerous trading. It's going to create like really, really, really bad trading habits. It's going to create like this style that you're going to go under every single time you trade. Like you're going to be trading, but you're going to win $3 and then lose 10 every single time. And that's not going to help you stay incentivized to continue your journey here in Forex. So that's why we want you guys to understand the danger zone. The danger zone meaning like I'm just jumping into trades. I'm not listening to these videos. I'm wanting more of these videos without asking questions. Because I understand we all have questions, but what kind of questions are we asking? I know that people say, no question is a dumb question. Well, to people like myself, Mark Cuban, and people that have a lot of money and influence, or just have a lot of skill set, a lot of opportunity, like the way you ask me things is gonna tell me where I need to place you and how many times a week I need to call you. Because if you're not at my level, I'm not gonna call you. I'm just gonna record calls and share them with you. Because you need to watch them. Because at the end of the day, this is about you, not us. We're already in this for you guys, so you need to be in this for you. Because I can only wish well on you for so long before you have to start taking action. So I appreciate you guys for watching this. If you guys have any questions, like I said on this video, let me know what questions you have. That way I can, be able to answer them for you. That's the purpose of everything that we do. Okay, so thank you guys again for watching. So this is on the weekly. Okay, so we're gonna see how the day turned out and how the days are turning out this week. So it looks like what I was sharing with you guys is on cue here. It looks like it's definitely gonna go down for the week, and possibly to start even next week, because we've seen 3 bullish candles for UCAD throughout the previous month. So what I'm looking at is UCAD completing the pattern that it seems to be formulating here on the daily. And if it doesn't form it to where it comes down to here or here, then what it'll do, it'll come down to this level right here where it's at right now. That's what I'm saying. Just watch your pair right now. Watch the closeout for today. Because if you watch your day candle drop into here, what you're going to see it do is rise up. You're not going to see another candle for the day today until obviously Sunday, because these are the daily candles. So each day means each day, right? Each candle means each day. That's what that means. What I'm saying to you with the drop is if the yellow candle drops into purple, because that will become purple if it does keep dropping in price. It's not doing that now, but I'm saying if it does, then you could look for the potential spike in that area, which is at 1.32500 or 1.32600. And that's where you can see the potential correction, because right now it is trading under that top channel. So this is why I also say that it's trading underneath that top channel. So chances are if it rejects, it can just go all the way to the bottom and then maybe reject here again and then come down and then find the room and the space for the buy, possibly the second or third week of October. But for now, we want to look for the closeout today because it has built rhythm to come underneath. Okay, so today's NFP Friday, so today has plenty of volume to come back down and to just keep it up here. If it finishes somewhere above the EMA, what I can see is on Sunday is that move that I shared with you guys. That's when you can see that happening. So somewhere around, you could see the potential spike above 1.34000, so right at the price cap, and you can buy it right from the price cap, or you can also wait for your retracement at a higher level if it does keep climbing. Okay, somewhere around 35, because I do see in this maybe going back up to its average for the year, or at least trying to attack it since it is almost towards the end of the year and it hasn't really done that. That's why this pair's been trading so low. Another thing to keep in mind, if it does come underneath here, it's definitely going to be bearish, and that's at 31.1. That's at like 31.000. So that's at the price cap. So if it does come under there, it will be turning bearish. And I know that this can be a lot of information to take in for the newbies. And I promise that all this stuff makes sense as soon as you start, just applying yourself to the trading. Because every trade has both opportunities for the buy or the sell. So always be biased to both. Look at your daily as much as you look at any other chart. So before you get into your trade setup, look at your week, look at your daily, because if you see something like I see right now, why would I take a buy right now? To be wishful? No, today'd be a terrible day to take a buy. One, it's Friday. It's going into Sunday. So those are things that, key in. Like there's no more volume on a Friday than there is on a Monday. Yeah, there's a lot of volume in the market, but towards the end of the week, not a lot of people are trading because they already got their trades throughout the week, right? So that's the way it works. Now there is trillions of dollars, which is why you want to be on point if you really want to make anything out of Forex. Or you could just be that guy that says that Forex, is a scam and it's not working. But the reason that this is not working is because you're not applying yourself. You're kind of applying yourself. You can't, make it through these videos all the way to the end, possibly is maybe one of your reasons. And, you don't know how to ask questions, because I know that for me, like when I started making sense was when I started asking questions. I just started doing the videos. Like I was like, what the heck am I going to teach? And I was like, what the heck do people really know about trading, man? I got to just start. Because, you mean to tell me you know about how to set up a broker if you're new to this call? You don't. So let us show you. Stop being prideful, because one of the things that keeps people poor is pride. Like that. I didn't start this business because I was like unpride. I didn't start this business because I was prideful. I started this business because I was humble, right? Because that's the opposite of pride. If you're humble and you do work for others, which is why I do these calls for others, then life tends to reward you with what it is that you need and desire. So going back to this pair, on the daily, it looks like it had traded to keep a level. So I'm not gonna say it's a sell or a buy right now. What I did say is it is consolidating, and I did see that here. So it looks like it's going to go into a range until maybe after election, possibly, and then it might climb out. That's what I do see happening here. I see something like this happening right in here. That's what I do see happening for UCAD. So when you lower down the time frame, know that like it's probably going to look different. Obviously, it's not going to look like a buy when you lower down the time frame. And each time frame is adequate to the candles that you're seeing. So like the candles that I'm seeing here are all 5-minute candles. So right here, what I'm seeing is the battle of the position. And you see that, obviously, as you start reading a little bit more of the chart, you can start seeing the battle of the position that's happening right now. So your buy would be anywhere above right here. Somewhere above 33,300, you want to start seeing your buy. Now, if you start seeing it creep up to this area and then up, and then it comes down, and then it comes up, and then it comes down, then what you could potentially see on the next drive up here is a potential drive down. So you can potentially set up to sell right in here, right in here, right in here. Because obviously right here, if you would have sold it from right here, you would have caught this candle and then part of this one until it turned yellow. And then right now it's doing what it's doing. And that's just a speed up. That's just a speed up to what it is that you guys are normally accustomed to seeing on these calls. Because I know that you guys have to get to the anticipation part too. So if you guys would like to be able to do those things, just ask me on the call and I'll be able to share that with you guys a little bit more. As of right now, I wanted to give some time to watch this next set of candles play out, because right now it is going to close out into the next 5-minute candle. That way you guys can see how that works. Obviously, if you place your entry at the start of a new candle, that's the best possible chance you have at just making that clean buy or that clean sell. That way you don't get any drawdown. Right now, this trade looks like it's ready for either the sell or the buy, which is what I'm looking for. I think personally it's going to be more of a drop below if it doesn't kick back up. But if it does kick up, it'll just kick up. And then what I will ideally want is support right above that 1.33000. 1.333000. So that'll be the next exchange zone, which will be your supply and demand zone. That's something to write a note of, because that's why it fell off from that. And a lot of people sometimes ask me how much points this is. So I know that if you're new, this is it's a nice little 28-point move. So I don't see this being a sell because it's a 28-point drop down on a pair like UCAD. I see this more building for a buy, because it does do that. And then also another indication that that it's giving me that is obviously the stochastic, how low it is, and the blue line's kind of crossing over already to go to the top. So every time it gets to that area, as you see, you can count on the drive up. Obviously, you don't want to be guessing how much it's going to go up. So just have a fixed area. Like for instance, here would have been a good area to take a take profit if you got into it, like where I just circled. And then you can collect this area right here, right? And then leave the top part for maybe a sell, because every trade has a sell from what I've seen in the markets. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now, and I love doing what I do, like I said, and that's what I've seen in the markets as of the last 2-3 years. So that's what this trade is doing so far. So it's retracing. So we possibly could catch a nice little buy entry above this area. That's where I would take it. Start watching it up there. But I wouldn't take this buy until Sunday, possibly. I would be more biased towards sell today, since it is just getting ready for that volume to go back up. Another pair I had mentioned I was going to share with you guys was AUD/USD. This one's trading pretty good right now. It looks like it's also making its shift back downward because the market is ending. So I might look at a position for the sell here before the day ends. That's because it came down underneath, and now it looks like it's testing back down to come back downward. Since the market is closed, and they gave us a particular set of candles that everything that FX talks about. And I encourage you guys to go through that academy and have your questions come out of that academy. That way I can, be able to understand you guys a little bit more, and share with me your everyday, battles and struggles in the market. That way I can help you guys understand what is it you guys need to understand. I know that, I do certain things for certain reasons. That way, it's easier and smoother for you guys, because let's face it, guys, this is like learning Japanese. They are called Japanese candlesticks. So it's like trying to learn Japanese and you're American. You never learned a single language in your life before you're 30 years old. So I can understand how difficult that can be. Okay, so if you like what you hear in this video and you would like to have somebody else on this call on your next video, go ahead and invite them to the call. Just let me know. Send them the link. And again, these calls are live for the most part on Thursdays. The reason being this call's on a Friday is, one, I love our team and I wasn't going to, just not do a call this week for them. Two, I wanted to recap the market for you guys. That way you guys can see a live setup in the morning. If you guys are going, to work, or if you guys are watching this on your lunch break. If you guys are on the East Coast, it's a little later for you guys. Here in Denver, it's 9 a.m. for us. And in places like in California or in Vegas, it's still 7:44 in the morning, so it's still pretty early. So I appreciate you guys for watching your watching your Thursday trading call. I promise I'm going to keep delivering great calls and just providing as much value as we can. That way we can help you guys understand as much as we can in the markets. Obviously, a lot of the understanding is going to come from your application and your doing of things. But other than that, guys, we're going to be doing our part to make sure that we provide videos for you guys. And what we are going to do, Thursdays when we can't get on the calls, just upload the video on the group. That way you guys can check it out there. And it's going to be something similar to this. Obviously, if you guys have questions, ask them in the group, because that's our team's group. That's our classroom, is what I like to, believe for our university. And let's help our team grow, and let's help our movement grow. Let's help other people understand that, you can't create life by design by watching candles go up and down. And you can live life by design by building a business if that's something that you want to do. I got, again, so much value from this call to share with you guys, and I got so much information that I was able to share with you guys that was able to bless my trading week this week. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys is, if you guys are listening to trading advice, understand what it is that you need to learn. Understand if the person is capable of answering your questions. Understand also if that person actually charts up and has live setups. Understand if that person is really taking their life serious, the main thing. Because if he's taking his life serious, chances are you are going to be able to be a success in trading, because this is something that we can all do. If a high school dropout was able to do this, I'm pretty sure you can too if you haven't dropped out of high school. And if you dropped out of high school, hey, brother, this is for you too. Because it's never too late to start being consistent with your life so that you can learn to get to the next level, so that you can get to your next level of earning. Because without learning, there's no earning, okay? Always remember that, guys, and thank you guys for your time tonight, or I should say today. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you guys. If you guys found this of value, like, comment, and share this video. And I would love to see you guys all on next Thursday's live call. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you guys for all that you guys do. And hopefully you guys found this call of value. Appreciate you guys. Me and Amanda love you guys. And from us here at Mindset UT to you, like, comment, share this video. Help us with support and keep doing what you're doing, because we are happy when you're succeeding in your everyday endeavors. We're truly, truly happy by that, and we're moved by every single person's story, which is what allows us to move forward every single day. We've made this mission your mission, so this mission is our mission. We thank you guys for the time today that you guys spent with us. Thank you guys again from all of my heart and from all of our family's heart. We love you guys very much. Thank you guys for this wonderful, wonderful opportunity that you guys give us to coach you guys and just help you guys understand these markets. And lastly but not least, schedule your sessions, okay? Schedule your sessions. Ask me questions. I would love to help you. I really would. Closed mouths don't get fed, guys. Ask your questions. That way you can learn your trade. Thank you guys again for your time. Love you guys very, very much.